Hey everybody, it's Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. This video is about pillaging, looting, and scavenging in SHTF, WROL specifically, which is without rule of law. Talking, there's no law enforcement out there, there's no fire department to call, there's no hospitals to go to. I'm talking collapse situation, the worst of the worst. What are the differences? Well, looting, as we have seen, has been going on in some of our cities lately. Rioting and looting. Alright, and some of the differences. Looting is stealing, illegally stealing things that don't belong to you, that don't really have a utilitarian value. Not like food or medicine or anything like that. I'm talking, looting is big screen TVs, iPhones, a pair of Jordans, fancy designer clothing, stuff like that. Electronics, all that kind of stuff. That's looting. What about, what was the other word I used? Pillaging. Okay, pillaging is basically looting after a conflict, meaning like in a war zone, if people are going through there and pillaging things, usually it's pillaging is basically looting and stealing from your adversary, from your enemy, which maybe that's what they feel that they're doing, being capitalist society, maybe they think they're pillaging from the capitalist society that they don't want. They want a Marxist socialist society. I don't know their ideologies exactly, every single one of them. They're all different, but it's still for personal gain. Although pillaging can also be to support your mission, like a military mission, pillaging ammo after you hit a supply train, or food, or stuff like that. It kind of has that military connotation, pillaging, after a conflict. Like back in the Middle Ages, armies would sweep through the battlefield and they'd take over towns and then they'd pillage the town. But anyway, and then scavenging. Scavenging, what is it? It is still, I guess, technically illegally acquiring stuff. But basically, scavenging was like you've seen in movies like dystopian fiction, where like Mad Max, or talking about after the end of the world collapse, and they're out and about and they're looking through all the stuff. Everywhere's abandoned, pretty much, and they're going through like an old store and they find a can of peaches or something like that, or there's some fuel left in a vehicle that's been abandoned. It's not really like those things are quote-unquote owned anymore, because the owners are gone, dead, whatever. They've moved on. So yes, I guess technically, it's not yours and you're taking it, so it'd still be theft, although it's a different kind of situation. Scavenging is kind of like foraging, just items that are out there and available. I would feel that scavenging, whereas you can do it, it's a little more on the up and up. It's a little more behavior that a moral, somebody that's concerned about morals and ethics and doing the right thing. It's stuff that they might participate in, not the looting and the pillaging aspects. So, and that's kind of just my thoughts. What's running through my mind. That's kind of the way I look at it. Is scavenging or pillaging or looting a good plan to have in an SHTF WRL situation? No, it's not. That's why we prep. So we don't have to be out there looking for things we don't have. We're not going to have everything, sure. Okay, scavenging is going to happen if it's a long-term event, inevitably. It's going to happen. So that's something that, we'll just deal with, and the moral implications on an individual basis when and if it presents itself, and there's a need for it. Although, by then we have a barter society. So hopefully be able to barter for things that you need, not just go out and scavenge them. But some people, will make scavenging a way of life. Reminds me of an episode of Doomsday Preppers, where this guy was down in, he was somewhere near in the Tacoma area, and he was talking about the fact that he didn't need him and his group, how they had guns and ammunition and stuff like that, and they didn't really feel the need to prepare and to set aside enough or too much food storage and food and other preparations like that, because if, you know, an event happened, they would just go take from others. Yeah, not so good of a plan. First of all, it'll get you dead real quick, because no matter how bad you think you are, somebody out there is better than you. Also, he referred himself as the apex predator. They had a couple 410 shotguns, some 22s, and a homemade body armor they made out of ceramic tiles from Home Depot. Are you kidding me? You are far from the apex predator in that area of Washington State, which is, oh, by the way, right next to Fort Lewis, home of Ranger Regiment, 3rd Ranger Battalion. Booyah, Rangers. Rangers lead the way. I guarantee that those Rangers would disagree with his assessment of him being the apex predator. And in an event, they would be out there protecting themselves, their families, and their communities. So yeah, good luck with that. You never know who's around. So having that mindset, A, is immoral and not right. You are not a prepper if that's your plan. You are a predator, not a prepper. And you never know who's out there. Maybe that house that you think you're so bad going into with 3 guys, maybe it's a former, you know, SEAL team dude and his Marine Recon buddy. Well, your 3 guys are not going to take them down, I guarantee it. So yeah, it's just not a good plan all in all. Preparedness is a better plan, is a better mindset. That's why we prep. We prep out of morality and out of self-preservation and the preservation of others and our way of life as we have it. Whether we lose that way of life, we will be prepared to try to maintain it as much as possible. So scavenging, looting, pillaging, all of these kind of things, whereas they may happen, and you may be in a situation where you have to do it, I would definitely not count on it. Don't plan on that happening for sure. If you're in a situation where you have to, I get it. We all get it. That's a personal call. And you know what? We're answerable to Him with our own free will and for our own actions. Not the actions of others, our own actions. So anyway, with that said, I hope you guys liked the video, got the point across. Check out the links in the description below, Patreon, Amazon storefront, you know, that kind of stuff. Good quality stuff there, good content on Patreon, and thank you for being subscribed here. Thank you for all your awesome commentary. You guys rock. I'm so grateful and so thankful for you guys. Have a blessed day. I love you, and blessings to you and yours.